सर मैं वो
Yes, yes. Now I can see you. Can you see me?
सर आपका वॉइस आ रहा है लेकिन आपका ये नहीं आ रहा सर, वीडियो नहीं आ रहा है।
वीडियो तो मेरे को तो दिख रहा है, देखते हैं, करते हैं ये। हाँ, कैमरा ऑन है।
हाँ सर, हाँ सर, आप दिख रहा है सर, आप दिख रहा है सर।
ओके ओके, ऑलराइट। तो शुरू करें हम लोग, थोड़ी
हाँ
पहले ही
सर,
आ जाए हम लोग।
हाँ सर, हाँ सर। सर the simple procedure is simply sir कुछ there is about 8 or 9 questions sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'll just read it out sir, and you can think for about 1 or 2 minutes or few seconds, and then you can give the simple sa bada simple sa point is sir. The first question is like this sir: brief biography of your good self. Where were you born? Where were you educated? That is, sir, your school, college, and university. Any employment which you did prior to joining the income tax department, sir. So you can give an extempore, sir, so that it comes in our chat box.
Yes.
So,
right now or when you will start?
No, sir, you can just write just now itself. You can say
right away. So
right,
how
sir.
you will edit it out?
सर जो वर्ड्स आपको जो सेंटेंसेस आपको
ऐसा
नहीं
करते हैं,
हाँ सर,
आप सारे क्वेश्चन अभी बोल दीजिए, ठीक है?
हाँ सर।
नहीं, उसके बाद सम थिंकिंग विल बी देयर। आफ्टर दैट जैसे ही आप रिकॉर्डिंग शुरू करेंगे ना,
जी सर,
उस समय वी कैन डू इट एक्सटेम्पोर।
राइट सर। सेकंड क्वेश्चन है सर, व्हाट आर योर विविड मेमोरीज? What are your memories of your training days at NADT Nagpur?
ओके, जस्ट एक सेकेंड में लिख भी लेता हूँ। पहला है आपका अबाउट माई सेल्फ, दूसरा है NADT।
About yourself, sir, brief biography, sir. Where you were born, where were you educated, school, college, university, any employment prior to your joining the department, sir. Second है sir, what are your memories of your training days at NADT Nagpur?
ठीक है
Sir, point number 3 है, could you kindly provide the details of departmental and deputation tenures, if any, along with achievements therein? Brief achievements, sir. Deputation या departmental tenures जो भी रहे हैं सर आपके, where all you have been, and including deputation tenures during that period.
एक काम तब करूं, आप ऐसे ठीक बोले थे, आप मेरे को क्वेश्चंस भेज दीजिए।
सर वही मैं बोल रहा था सर,
आप सही बोल रहे थे, एंड क्योंकि बोलने को तो मैं बोल ही दूंगा, सब मोर और लेस मुझे याद है, बट टू गिव इट अ बेटर फॉर्म, इट विल बी बेटर दैट मैं उसको जो है ना एक जगह सामने रख भी दूं।
राइट सर,
एंड देन आई कैन डू इट बेटर, बट एक ट्रायल चाहिए तो आप अभी शुरू कर दीजिए। लेट अस सी, एक्सटेम्पो ठीक रहता है, उसके बाद वी कैन हैव अनदर वन इफ यू हैव टाइम।
राइट सर। अब जैसे सर, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल सर, brief biography, where you were born, where educated, school, college, university, and any employment before joining the income tax department.
ये आप क्वेश्चन फॉर्म में पूछेंगे, आप बस
जी सर। So what is where were you born? Sir,
please start.
Sir, where were you born? Where were you educated? Both in terms of school, college, and university, and what are the other employment that you were having prior to joining the income tax department?
I was born in a place called Darbhanga, which is in the North Bihar at the moment. My father was professor of English at Ranchi, so my education basically took place in Ranchi. I studied in a residential school called Netrahat School for my matriculation exams. Thereafter, I went to St. Xavier's College, Ranchi, where I did the intermediate arts. Then BA in with economics honors. Thereafter, for a brief period, I was in JNU, but I came back and subsequently I took admission in Delhi School of Economics. After I completed my MA previous, I got selected for IRS. At the same time, I was also selected in Indian Economic Service and in RBI also. But finally, I chose to join IRS. And subsequent to joining IRS, I did my LLB from Dhanbad Law College in Dhanbad. And recently, about 2 years back, I have done MA in Education from Indira Gandhi National Open University. And presently, I am enrolled for 2 courses. One is about intellectual property laws at Indira Gandhi Open University, and second, certificate on yoga. So this is all my educational
That's great, sir. I
experiences.
think it's more than enough, sir. Sir, number two has, sir, what are your vivid memories of your training days at
Yes.
NADT Nagpur?
Training
Koi,
days in NADT Nagpur from December 1984 to May 1986. As you will appreciate that those were one of the most beautiful days of our life.
sir.
Apart from the usual training of accounts, law, and all those things, we met people from all over the country. That was a very, very nice experience. Working, studying, playing, and moving around with such bunch of very, very talented and lovely individuals. And vivid memories, so many memories are there. I think one interview itself will be about the memories at NADT, but we did some very, very cultural activities also. We used to play a lot of games. In those days, there was no mobile. So evenings used to be very, very lovely in terms of we used to call for films, which used to see. Then, of course, like most professional, we used to go to Bullock Cart to have hot beer and have lovely times out there.
Sir, sir. Sir, any deputation tenure that you have had, sir, and along with departmental tenures and achievements therein, sir, in
Briefly,
terms
I
of,
will describe you about my career. From 84 to 86, I was an NADT. Then for about 86 to 94, I was posted in Delhi, 3 years in the assessment charge. Then I was Unit 1 in the investigation charge of Delhi. And thereafter, I came to CBDT and worked as Under Secretary TPL. And I also, that time, a National Committee for 35 AC was there under the chairmanship of ex-Chief Justice of India. So I was looking after that job also as
sir,
Secretary to National Committee. Then I was member of some of the committees like identification of backward areas, which was led by then Chief Economic Advisor.
sir,
And that experience was absolutely wonderful because 91 to 94, as you will remember, Dr. Manmohan Singh was the finance minister of the country, and a lot of economic changes were taking place, and a lot of tax reform in those times. Chennaiya committee report has recently come. So we introduced some of very, very significant changes in the income tax laws in those times, which led to a lot of simplification and rationalization of tax laws. Thereafter, I got posted to my home state, Bihar, where I was posted in the special range at Dhanbad. And about 1.5 years, I had additional charge of special range of Ranchi, in which I did some of the finest assessment of my career. And a lot of cases were confirmed by the CIT appeals, prosecutions were also launched. And those were, I till date, I share those cases as quality cases. When I got posted in Bombay also, I distributed these cases among my AOs, and they learned a lot from there and did assessment accordingly. Thereafter, I was in one of the largest Mufassal charge called Muzaffarpur. It contained 24 districts of the Bihar, which is north of Ganges. And after that, I was headquarters to the then Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Patna, who had jurisdiction over Bihar, Odisha, and the whole Northeast. When I was also looking after a computer center, which at that time was very doing important work of allocation of PANs and processing of challans for indicating collection in the computer systems. And as a headquarters also, so many activities were there. Thereafter, in 2001, I got posted in Mumbai. Initially in a corporate charge, 6-2. And after 2 years, I was in CIT 1 charge in 1-3. There are very huge cases were there. Means I did the assessment of one big case called BSNL, which is now Tata Communications. And in 2003, December, 30th December, I got promoted to Commissioner, and I was posted at CIT Judicial in Mumbai. I was there for 2 years. Most important and significant aspect of that tenure was that overcharge by a lot of commissioner advocates were found out. And for the first time, we started the system of interviewing advocates for appointing them as a special counsel. Now it has become a norm. But I faced a lot of resistance from the then Chief Commissioner that are you going to interview advocates and all? But it led to streamlining of a lot of judicial work of the department, and the litigation management work was very, very good. Then for 2 years, I was posted as CIT-DR. CIT-DR in ITAT Mumbai in the G bench. One significant case I still remember, that is also VSNL. In that case, deduction under 80IA was claimed, and up to that time, about 2,000 crore of deduction was claimed. This matter went to special range, and as this case was taken over by Tata's, the very, very eminent lawyer, Mr. Dinesh Vyas, was representing this case from the other side. It is there already in ITR, 299 ITR. The whole judgment is there. The judgment came in favor of the department. And recently, when I was asked to submit the details of the good work I did in the department, I found out from the additional CIT that till date, that judgment remains in favor of the department. And up to now, more than 3,000 crore of revenue has been protected by this way. After my tenure of 2 years in tribunal, I was posted as Commissioner Appeals for Mumbai. That is a charge in which most of the cases were that of share broker or share broking firm, and mark to market and this kind of concepts were coming for the first time. And in that case also, my 2 years were very eventful. Then I was transferred to Northeast by some mistake. So for 4 years, then I met the then chairman. He said, "Oh, we'll cancel it," but it took 4 months to do so. Thereafter, I was CIT Appeal 18 in Mumbai, then CIT Appeal 6. CIT Appeal 6 was a very huge appeal charge. And in that, two significant work, I would say, that in case of Tata Steel and Tata Insurance, a number of Tata companies, I made enhancement orders, including, I remember, one in Exim Bank also. But in one case, I gave a relief of more than 4,000 crores. That was in Tata Sons. Addition was made under Section 1038. Long-term capital gain department has been holding over the period of last 20 years that the activities of investment in Tata, in TCS, right, which was then segregated from Tata Sons, was basically business expenditure. But when 1038 came in the Income Tax Act, both parties had a bout. And so after a lot of discussion, and I gave a lot of opportunity to the AO to establish how this case can be sustained. And there was a lot of pressure from the then CC even chairman to decide this particular case in a particular manner. I say that what is just is just. I will not like to my signature to be put there simply to protect the so-called interest of revenue, which is where there are none. Fortunately, till date, that case has survived the test of judicial scrutiny, and I'm happy that I did this work. Dinesh Vyas came and he said that I had stopped coming to Ayakar Bhavan and was only going to ITAT and High Courts, but you have restored my faith in the system. As a reward, he gave me a book by Aurobindo, that is Bhagavad Gita. So these are some of the things which you do. And one more, very important. Yes. If you have gone through the recent 5th edition of Taxa Law, there is an article by me, My Gift of Maggie. As you must be aware that 4 commissioners of income tax in 4 regions, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, are appointed as special directors, appeals for FEMA cases. So this was a case of a British lady married to an Italian and based in Goa. So the FEMA people said that since he is a British national, this is a violation of fair law. So her house was confiscated and she was levied a penalty of 5 lakhs of rupees. So a lot of human emotions also took place. I have described it all in my Taxa Law article. I will request you people to go through it. It's a very interesting read. And recently I have put it on my Facebook also. So it's a 5-page article. I'm sure you will have to go through it.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
After that, I was posted in Guwahati for 4 years.
Sir.
That was the northeastern region. I was Guwahati 1 with additional charge of Shillong, and then in Guwahati 2 charge with additional charge of Jorhat. So the whole of northeast was under jurisdiction at some point or other. So not only I traveled to all parts of the northeastern region, I was amazed by the quality of work that is being done in that part of India, and the love and respect for Hindi, as well as one thing, whenever this action plan used to come, there used to be detailed deliberations and seminar how to implement it. And this, I would say, this was a very, very rewarding experience. Even being those two small charges, this that IDS scheme had come, and both the charges, the declaration were better than most charges in Mumbai, Delhi, or Chennai. So, and even the survey under section 133A of a lot of surveys took place, which were very, very good. And thereafter, I got posted as DG INCR, Intelligence and Criminal Investigation in Delhi, with all India jurisdiction. That period was for 2 years. At that time, a lot of support came from the then chairman, who took a lot of interest in this work. So the verification activities, verification of cases under FATCA or CRS or non-time cases, very, very quality verification took place. Then there was this SFT surveys also. So the number of reporting entity increased by manyfold, and also the undisclosed income detected in the verification, as well as about 1/3 of the identification of Benami Transaction Prohibition Act violation also were found out by the officers of the INCI. And two more important aspects. You would recollect that under section 269 SS, 269 SS, more than 20,000 rupees. If you pay by way of tax for
cash
transactions, you are liable to penalty. So in that case, also very huge amounts demonetization has come at that way. Were detected in Delhi. That was the first case, but in Hyderabad, also more than 6,000 crore of cash payments were detected and communicated to the field officers. And in case of one Leelavati hospital, 269 ST violation of 13 crore was found. And I was in constant touch with the CC Central, and the penalty was levied in that case. And simultaneously, a lot of surveys took place in various hospitals across the country. In Apollo Hospital in Chennai, then in Kolkata also, and also in Lucknow, and of course in Delhi. And then all of them changed their software so that they don't receive payment of more than 2 lakhs in cash. So this was also a very good investigation that was there. Then then transactions of Indians in Dubai. Also, this was a project undertaken by the DIT in Mumbai. It also yielded very lovely results of violation of Black Money Act also. And in normal course of investigation also, violation of Black Money Act cases were reported to the field. Thereafter, I was posted in I was promoted as Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, and then I was posted as Principal Director General Legal and Research in Delhi. Sure. And since my CIT judicial days, this judicial matters used to take a lot of interest. Means I was so much interested in it, and also for reduction of litigation, because I always believe that litigation is painful and we should reduce it as much as possible. Right, so in my tenure as about 4 or 5 months, more than in 300 cases, I reported to CBDT that these are not fit cases for SLP, and the member agreed, and we could avoid reduction in those cases. At that time also, monetary limits were also increased, and we ensured that all such cases are withdrawn from the High Court and Supreme Court of India. Then, as you must be aware, on 12th of September, this faceless assessment, e-assessment scheme was introduced. On 17th September, I was posted as first Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, NEAC, National E-Assessment Center. And then another 4 or 5 months was a roller coaster time, because everything was to be set up. It was a very, very complicated system. and we had to liaison with the system people as well as with the jurisdictional charges. There were 25 commissioners and 500, while 5,800 322 cases were initially assigned, and I am very, very happy to report that a lot of cases have been disposed of till now.
Sir.
Then, for the first time, for the selection of member and interview or interaction, whatever you may call, took place with the chief secretary, with the cabinet secretary in the cabinet secretariat, which is inside the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And finally, I was selected as member CBDT, and my orders came on 25th of March.
Sir.
That was a huge quarantine times due to COVID. And soon on 25th March, I shall be completing my 1 year in CBDT. I was assigned the work of member ANJ as well as member IT and so I think I have spoken a lot for this brief period of interview. And deputation I had none.
Sir. Sir, another question which follows, sir. Who were the senior officers instrumental in shaping your career, or who might have given you kind of some kind of a guiding light for you in your service career?
There are many. There are many
notable ones, sir. Notable ones.
Absolutely, absolutely. But if I can say, I will start with Mr. G.P. Singh, who was my first commissioner of income tax. 61 lakh person from Stephens, very sophisticated fellow and highly dedicated to work, very, very tough. And but for him, I would never have cared to read income tax law as it is. So for 3 years, he was my commissioner of income tax, but when he was posted on UN assignment, one Mrs. Kamlesh Shukla came. And I passed an order in case of SP Bansal in 1989. And I just went to show the draft order to her. And she said to me that since I have been Commissioner Appeal, if you don't mind, I would like to draft your order. Sit down and see how I do it. And to my utter surprise, for another 3 hours, she drafted each and every line, quoting and narrating facts, quoting case laws and all those things. That was a wonderful experience, and it changed the way I used to draft my assessment. Then my first DDI was Mr. K. Vasudevan of 1974 batch. Very, very respected officer in the department. And he was my DDI Unit 1, and I was ADI Unit 1 posted there only because of his insistence, because he used to send me to a lot of important searches.
So Unit 1 in Mumbai, sir?
No, that was in Delhi.
Right, sir.
That was in Delhi. And Delhi, that charge was the first charge set up in 1961. And till 86, that was the only investigation charge. Thereafter, these investigation charges were set up. Earlier, commissioners used to authorize and conduct searches in other places. Mr. Vasudevan is, I keep meeting him also these days, was a very, very brilliant officer in every respect and never flinched from doing a lot of work himself. My first search was in case of Mehra Sons and Jewellers. And in that case, there was one person about whom it was said that he is investing money on his behalf in Mehroli area. So that person was also covered, and the search started something like that. I came there on, say, day 1 at 5 a.m. and another day at 7 a.m. I am leaving for my home. And he asked me what time you are coming back. I could not say anything. He said, come back by 9 o'clock. I went home and then took bath and just slept. And by the time I reached at 10:30, I came to know that Mr. Vasudevan has gone to Mehroli and sealed 8 lockers, which were in the name of the servants of Chaudhary Dayaram. Now, and that led to seizure of 72 lakhs rupees of cash in those times. And this was the first case in which reward was given by investigation wing in Delhi. And Mr. Vasudevan got 1,08,000 rupees and I got 72,000 rupees in 94. And the DIT Delhi thought that since it is the first one, we should celebrate it. A small incident is also there. There, Mr. Vasudevan was a very jolly good fellow. He said, look, I'm not interested in all these events. All I'm interested in that check. I said, okay, sir, let us go since DI is insisting. So at that time, he was also posted in board. I was also posted in. So we went to Jhandin Walan. There was a good function organized. And they asked me, Mr. Prasad, what you did in course of that such, which led to this season. I said, you people are all experienced investigators. I will not tell you what I did in that search because that you know substantially. I will tell you how to get it. So I narrated the painful process of paperwork that was involved in getting this reward, which was sanctioned by the then member investigation. So Mr. Vasudevan. Then the third one is Mr. Khaja Munawar Sultan. Another KM Sultan, department knows him. Full name was Khaja Munawar Sultan. He is a 74 batch IRS, presently working in Washington and World Bank possibly. Earlier also he worked for government of Ukraine and he was advisor to the president of Afghanistan. Mr. Sultan was in TPL2. And as you will see that number of instructions in 90s were issued as his behest. And Mr. Sultan was a supremely patient man. Okay, if first one page return, that was before that Sarah, that was being drafted, I drafted in a very simple manner. And he said, no, it has to be very, very complete. And up to 9 o'clock, I'm sitting here feeling sleepy, but he will go on working. Then he had a very lucid language. His notes used to be very lucid. I learned that from Mr. Sultan also. Then I became deputy commissioner. I went to Ranchi. So in Bihar charge, such extraordinary officer. One Mr. S.K. Jha. He was principal chief commissioner. You must have read that famous case, Azadi Bachao Andolan.
Bachao Andolan, yes, sir.
Azadi Bachao Andolan. So Mr. S.K. Jha Senior was an extraordinary man, very knowledgeable, and he used to speak English in a typical Oxford Cambridge style, and always used to go very deep into the legal issues. Recently, he expired, and I was going through his book, which is one of the finest biographies ever written by anybody, I would say. It requires a lot of publicity, and most people will read it, will find it's a profound one.
Sir, could you please tell the name of that book, sir?
Name of the book, I will just recently also I keep reading it. In fact, part of it, Mr. Praveen Jha, you must be knowing.
I know, sir. I know, sir. 89 batch, sir. He was there in Bombay.
He is his father-in-law,
yes,
and his wife.
Kishori madam.
Just recall, I just said it. My meaning, brilliant book, I would say. Brilliant book in every respect. Some of the finest biography. It is at par with Bill Clinton's My Story, I would say. Or another fabulous book was Romancing with Life with Devanand. If you have read it, please go through it. Devanand was also an English graduate from Lahore University, and very brilliantly written biography is that. Of course, my own Boswell and all those things. So thereafter, I was in Bombay. Bombay people who impressed me a lot. Problem is that when you are in your initial stage, you get impressed very easily. And when you yourself become senior, it takes time for somebody to impress you so much. And somehow you remember your earlier days more than your later days.
Exactly, sir. I think the beginning days are always most impressionable, as they say.
It is getting too long. Means maybe.
No, sir, sir, we will try to edit it, sir. We will try to edit it and send it to you, sir.
So in Bombay, Sri Ram Singh.
Sri Ram Singh, right, sir.
Sri Ram Singh was my chief commissioner of income tax. Very straightforward man, and he was the only man I found in those times who could write that this is not a fit case for further appeal. And a very balanced man. And another one. Then in Guwahati, I would say, Guwahati, चलने दीजिए अभी इतना काफी है।
हाँ सर,
Initial names, initial
sir.
names.
सर 4-5 हो गए हैं सर. And sir, one more which is slightly.
No, not to forget this. Our chairman, Mr. Sushil Chandra.
Sushil Chandra, right sir.
अभी जो who is the chief election commissioner.
जी
Mr.
sir.
Sushil Chandra is also a person with a lot of energy, lot of enthusiasm. He will put life in anybody's this thing. Very, very motivational person and knows laws of every kind. Income tax law to have. If you ask anything about Black Money Act or anything, very hardworking fellow and very, very disciplined in his day-to-day conduct. Very frugal in eating also. He would say, "I said, do roti." So being healthy is also very important, and he's a very fit person and always very, very enthusiastic and lovely man.
Sir. So the other question, sir, which I think is a little this thing, sir, slightly long, sir. What are the perceptional differences between the department when you joined and now, particularly in the aftermath of the latest structural changes, that is the faceless assessments and appeals, and your feedback on the new initiatives in improving the efficiency and the image of the department, as well as augmenting the revenues of the department going forward?
Look,
So एक बार और
no.
sir,
What I would say, instead of this long question, you ask me part by part, I will answer part.
Sir. First part will be like this, sir. What are the perceptional differences between the department and its functioning when you joined and now? That's it, sir.
There are two aspects of it. As there are French saying goes, the more it changes, the more it remains the same. It was in fact pasted in the TPL door by Mr. K.M. Sultan. It is a phrase which was sometimes written in 1820s. The more it changes, the more it remains the same. So department basically in last 36 years, I would say, is more or less same. And if I go to this Aikar Bhavana Mumbai or CR building of Delhi, I am amazed to feel that I have come to the old place with old smell and the old almiras, old hall, everything. Most and all same attitude also. So there is not many changes that has taken place, and this is good in many respects. We have a very strong culture of being professional. Whatever people may say, I personally consider that the IRS community of India is one of the most refined human beings anywhere in the world, I would say. Very educated, majority of them are very civilized. They are very nice in their conduct and behavior, very kind towards taxpayer and everybody, generally, I would say. 10% of us may be not that good, and departmental image should not be dependent on them. We have to say and promote the work which is being done by majority of the IRS officers, not those rogues. Unfortunately, some of the rogues have now been shown the door, but over one thing, department has been very kind to people, unfortunately, who are either not doing their duty properly. I've always been saying the dereliction of duty should be vigilance first effort to ensure that everybody does routine work in routine manner and no crisis is there. So therefore, this we have not been able to ensure. Then cleanliness of office, it was as dirty as earlier. It continues to be dirty despite Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and all. We have to meet our offices neat, because now in faceless we have three buzzwords: transparency, accountability, and efficiency. So transparency, its logo has three Sanskrit words: Anipeksha Suchir Daksha. So we have to be clean in our conduct, and we must be expert in what we do.
Sure.
So not much change. Very brilliant officers are still coming into the department. A lot of the present IRS, I had occasion to meet them last year when I spent 2 days. We had a course on faceless assessment with the IRS officer for 2 days, about 9 principal CITs, CCITs, and I was there for 2 days. Very bright officers very bright people are coming to the department, and the department, I would say, is doing well.
Sure. Sir, the second part of it is, sir, in the aftermath of the structural changes, that is the faceless assessments and appeals, sir, What would be your feedback in improving the efficiency and image of the department for the augmenting of the revenues?
There are two aspects of it. From long, we have been listening that the image of department is not good, department is bad, and all those things. Unfortunately, I used to always tell them, just go behind this North Block backside and ask them, do you know about income tax department? Ask anybody. First, though, I used to jokingly say, let us first have a bad image, then we will improve it. We have no image generally. People talk about CBI, which is such a small organization. We have been doing such quality work in such but such kind of impression is ED is known, more known. Nobody knows the department. They don't know much about department, I would say. Despite recent explosion of information by way of social media and all those things, much our secondly, our so-called image is good or bad or ugly. I'm not very sure. Because most of the people I have encountered, whenever they say, I said, when did you went to income tax office? Never. Where did you get this impression? Log baat karte hain. What is this? Personal experience of the people who have interacted in the department has not been bad, rather it has been quite good. So we have to promote the good image of the department, A. And B, there are people who will always be critical. No doubt about it. We should take from them and improve the image. But so far as image of the first, we have to establish it. That is what I would say. Good, bad, or ugly, that is one. Then we will improve it.
Sir, sir, this being RTI being a part of the training.
No. You asked about faceless also.
Yes, sir. I was thinking that, sir, since faceless and appeals, how do we improve the functioning of the department and the efficiency further in order to augment the revenues of the government or the department?
The best part that has happened is not the faceless of assessment, not the faceless of CIT appeal, but the facelessness of the IT
department.
I am of the and this is a very, very significant thing. And whether I should say publicly or not, the person who is responsible behind it. It's a very, very big step. And because we used to lose a lot of cases in tribunal, some of our best orders never used to survive in tribunal. And it has a cascading effect. And people used to think that, okay, you make addition, CIT appeal will confirm, we'll get relief in tribunal. This kind of thing was all around. And I personally feel that since only substantial question of law is being decided in High Court and Supreme Court, income tax proceedings should be faceless all the way. Right up to High Court and Supreme Court, this is going to be a big challenge because some constitutional issues may come up. But if the decision at the highest level is taken, nothing is impossible. And it will be a very great stage in bringing transparency, accountability, and efficiency in the whole system of assessment. That is one aspect. Then there is a central charge, as well as there are international taxation. A lot of improvement of working within the department is required in those charges. Because there also a lot of additions are not surviving, and best quality assessment is happening or not happening, I'm not very, very sure. So a lot of improvement is required in the quality of assessment. Thirdly, investigation work. Investigation and detection of tax evasion. As you must have seen, white paper on black money was there in 2015 or so. And earlier also, a lot of studies have been there, a lot of recommendations have been there. But still there is huge amount of unaccounted income across the country that needs to be tapped. And my opinion is that the biggest grievance redressal measure for an honest taxpayer is to see that there is no leakage of, or there is minimal leakage, no leakage to minimal leakage of taxes. Means you detect tax evasion, that is the best service you do to the honest taxpayer because they bear the burden because there is so much tax leakages. Like we are collecting 10 lakhs crore. Ideally, at least 20 lakhs crore should be collected. Okay, if that is there, then you can go up to reduce the rates. You can go to reduce not only income tax rate, but GST rates also. So that is the biggest service we as a collective organization can do to reduce tax leakages. Thirdly, and most importantly, you will recollect that in the aftermath of this demonetization, our then finance minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley said, Mr. Arun Jaitley said that we are generally a non-tax compliant country.
Sure.
Okay, so the narrative today should be how to make India a tax compliant country.
Right, sir.
Because if you have gone through the very, very brilliant document called the report of the Finance Commission, that is a huge chapter on tax analysis of tax GDP ratio. Then, so as a country, we should achieve, at least try to achieve something like 25% of the GDP is collected and spent. Only then we as a country can become a developed country. Because chunk of India, out of 130 crore, 30 crore people are already in the developed zone. But we have to take care of the another 100 crore for a spread of education, spread of quality education, medical relief, internal security, a lot of fund is required. So at least 25% of GDP should be coming in form of taxes, and substantial part of it from the direct taxes. Because as you must be aware, that indirect taxes leads to distortion in the economy because it becomes part of the price. Okay.
Right, and so it affects the poor people also.
In every developed country, major chunk is coming from the direct tax rather than indirect tax.
Ji, sir. Sir, second last question, sir. What is your advice, suggestions to be offered to the new officers, officials in the field born out of your long and varied experiences in the field, sir?
Very, very, very profound and volatile question.
Sir.
First and foremost, you must enjoy the job. There are many who could have been, who think I should have been IAS or I should have been IPS. I did not get this job. Once you have chosen to do a job, be totally satisfied that since so long you are here. If you're not satisfied, nobody is asking you to stay back. Okay, go and do the job of a poet or a filmmaker or whatever you want. But so long you are working in the department, you must be focused, and you must feel pride in being an IRS and doing the job which you are assigned to do. So loving your job will make you happy day in and day out. Okay, that is one. Number two, being healthy. Focus on your physical as well as your mental health. Don't get perturbed because why I have been given this posting, that posting, there and here and all those things. Accept what is today. If you can improve upon it, fair enough. But don't be dissatisfied. Come on. Okay.
Sir,
third, I would say constantly you should upgrade your knowledge by reading the Income Tax Act and other act and law again and again, case laws also, and the new practices that is there. Somebody else's assessment order, some appeal order, some reading related to your work should be a continuous and a daily process. Then last but not the least, love yourself.
Right, sir. Sir, the last question, sir. What are your hobbies and interests besides your varied work that you do in the department?
My
hobbies and interests, sir.
Hobbies are very, very simple hobbies. Number one, I love watching films. I watch a lot of films. Both, I used to watch initially Hindi films. Then I shifted to so many Hollywood films, classical era films, starting from, say, Philadelphia Story, Casablanca, and Dr. Zhivago. Recently, I am a big fan of Bangla picture because after going through the whole option in the Netflix and Prime Video, I found that this is one genre which I have not gone through. And recently, I have seen a lot of Bengali films. So that is watching film. Secondly, watching cricket also. Even if I keep watching all test matches, I watch. Thirdly, doing gardening. Sure. Gardening is one of my very important hobby. And I do all kind of work. Khurpi bhi chalata hu, matti se bhi khata hu. And thereafter yoga. I said I have joined a yoga course in this thing. I do yoga regularly. And going for walk, traveling, cooking also.
sir. Thank you so much, sir. हम सर इसका edit कर लेंगे, sir, and then we will send it to you, sir, so that you can give us the final this thing, sir. We would also like to have your recent photographs, sir, at your desk.
फोटोग्राफ आप गूगल कीजिएगा, काल लाल कुर्ते पे मेरा फोटो आ जाएगा।
ठीक है सर,
वो सब जगह वही आ रहा है, चाहे CBDT हो चाहे टेक्साल हो। और आपसे मेरा अनुरोध है, गिफ्ट ऑफ मैगी आप पढ़िए।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल।
बहुत अच्छा लगा। इट वाज अ वेरी लवली इंटरव्यू।
थैंक यू सर।
हाँ, यू आर इन आयकर भवन वहाँ पे?
नहीं सर, मैं यहाँ पे सेपरेट एक बिल्डिंग में है, BSNL बिल्डिंग हूँ सर, यहाँ पे
BSNL बिल्डिंग।
हाँ सर, वहाँ पे 4 फ्लोर्स में है सर। थर्ड फ्लोर में वी हैव टेकन द RTI बिल्डिंग इज देयर। एंड
जो आप अनु मैडम से मिले हैं लास्ट टाइम कब?
अनु मैडम जी से मैं आई थिंक सर बिफोर शी वेंट फ्रॉम चेन्नई।
ओके, सो से हर रिगार्ड्स टू हर, शी इज सिटिंग इन द रूम।
राइट सर।
Okay then, she came just a few minutes back.
Right,
okay.
Right. जी sir.
Have a lovely time. Thank you so much. And
Right.
मैं क्या देखूंगा, I leave in your hands how to go about it and edit it.
सर मैं एडिट करके आपको भेज दूंगा सर फॉर योर फाइनल दिस थिंग सर।
No, you take it as final.
राइट सर।
ठीक है,
ठीक है,
you treat it as final.
थैंक यू
Okay,
सर।
because एक बार आप edit कर लेंगे तो फिर उसमें मैं क्या करूँगा।
राइट सर। और अनुजी सिंह मैडम का मेरा तरफ से थैंक यू।
जो सेबेस्टिन है, इधर आ जाते एक सेकंड।
I'm fine, ma'am. I was just taking member Saab's interview to be covered in the newsletter, ma'am.
Very good, very excellent.
So that's what we were planning.
Awaiting your orders now.
No, my order is already over, ma'am. I become principal commissioner.
Oh, congratulations.
Order time.
The last order, ma'am. The last order.
Posting order. Posting order.
Posting का नहीं आया, that has not yet come, ma'am. I don't know when it is going to come, but whenever.
I was just talking about that. Otherwise, I know you're promoted.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, both of you, sir. And ma'am, thank you, sir.
तो बैठ जाइए आराम से और 2 बार